everybody. My name is René Dominguez. This is my presentation for my co-op position with Siemens Canada. Siemens is a multinational company with the headquarters in Berlin, Germany. I was working with the wind turbine power generation division of the company. That is a relatively new industry here in Canada. They have 14 wind farms across the country, and I did my co-op in the wind farm located in St. Joseph, Manitoba. It is located 100 kilometers to the south of Winnipeg. I will answer some of the questions why and show you some pictures and some short videos about my co-op. How many co-ops jobs did I apply for? I applied for probably 8 or 9 positions. From those, I got 3 interviews. One with CG Power, one with Manitoba Hydro, and the third one with Siemens. I could tell that with the interview with Siemens that I was going to get a chance because I felt I was doing very well and all the questions they were asking me, I had the right answer for them. They asked some technical questions, how to operate a multimeter in some troubleshooting situations. Also, they asked me about experience working with power tools and hand tools. Unfortunately, I had some experience with that. After a week of the interview, I got an email from Mr. Hoyt telling me that the company was making an offer for me, and I decided to accept it. Did the company provide any training? Yeah, they provided very long training. That was 2 weeks long, and that was in Ontario. Siemens paid for my flight to Ontario and for the 2 weeks in a hotel. During the first week, we learned about the general operation of the wind turbines, about some safety, and also how to operate some of the power tools we were going to use in the everyday basis. In this picture, I'm in training how to use a hydraulic pump to torque the bolts holding the whole tower together, because we need to do that once in a while when bolts are loose. During the second week, that was emergency evacuation training, CPR, because all the technicians has a first aid certification, also a CPR certification, and that is issued by the Red Cross. That is because when you are on the top, the towers are 80 meters height, and if something happens, you cannot expect to get a paramedic up there that fast. So we got a lot of emphasis on the CPR part and on the evacuation. For the evacuation part, you can see here, that is a high platform, so that is simulating the top of the tower. So let's say if a fire occurs, you're wearing a harness all the time, similar to the picture. This is a rescue pulley. What it does is that you attach your harness to the pulley, jump, and the pulley is designed so you are falling at a constant rate of 1 meter per second, so you don't get hurt when you get to the bottom. But I will show you a video about a rescue drill we did, so you can have an idea about the real height of the tower. Rescue. Yeah, that day we spent the whole day doing the drill. So the drill consisted in some technicians going up and finding somebody has passed out inside the turbine. What they did is, there is a crane inside the turbine, so they craned some first aid equipment up. You can see they basically throw the injured person through a hatch. Nobody's holding the other end of the rope. There is just the rescue pulley doing its job, so that is 1 meter per second. Maybe I can move it to the end, because it will take a while. Yeah, you can. Yeah, we are supposed to call the ambulance before doing that. So paramedics are already on the site by the time the injured person gets to the ground. So now you should be ready to go to the hospital.
Yeah, other videos?
No, let's go back to yeah, my responsibilities as a college student. I got many responsibilities, more than what I thought, and that were good news for me. Since the beginning, they treated me as another technician. They were never hesitating in giving me responsibilities. Yeah, one of the responsibilities was checking the fluids of the trucks every day, loading the trucks with the tools we were going to use for different tasks. You can notice that the tools are inside some special bags because they need to be craned up. I will show you in one of the pictures later. Yeah, after loading the trucks, we will drive to the turbines. In this wind farm, there are 60 different turbines. All of them are in a range of 5 to 10 minutes from the shop. After getting there, one of the technicians would climb up the ladder to the top. That would take maybe between 8 or 10 minutes, depending on the weather. That was by far the most physical part of the job. Normally, you need to take from 3 or 4 breaks when you are climbing. You are using a falling arrest harness, so in case you fall down, that is going to hold you. Once you are on the top of the turbine, there are some tasks that you were supposed to do. We normally use 2 days to finish each turbine. This is a model that I will use to explain what is going on, so it's easy to understand. In that part is right here, just in front of the blades. What we are doing there is using that automatic greaser, and that is injecting grease in a gearbox. It's just to keep it lubricated during the year, because this maintenance is done in the summer. That grease is supposed to last until summer 2016. Another task was a generator alignment. What you can see over there is three technicians working on the generator. The generator is located on the back part of the turbine. You can notice that the generator is connected to a shaft, which is connected to the blades. With time, because the force of the wind, that shaft may get a little bit twisted, and that might result in damages to the generator. So We normally would spend like 4 hours measuring and using some hydraulic jacks to make the shaft in a straight angle with the generator. Another of the tasks was checking the inside of the blades. The blades of the turbine are made of fiberglass. They are hollow inside. So in that picture, I am inside what they call the hub, which is this metallic, it's a fair made of metal. The blades are connected to it. Normally I would go inside that hole. Inside there is a very dark place, so you use a headlamp to get some illumination. You're supposed to go and check if there is any crack or any sign of damage. Other than that, you're supposed to check what they call a lightning card, which is just it looks like a regular credit card inside a reader, electronic reader. What it does is that every time there are lightning and a lightning hit any of the blades, that card can register data from that, like voltage or current going through the whole tower. Checking accumulators. On that picture, I'm still working on inside the same part. That was one of the many confined space that you get to work when you are up there. My job there was just checking the pressure of around 9 cylinders full with hydrogen. They are used to keep the pressure of some piston that move the blade of the turbines. And the reason the blade moves, they move 180 degrees to try to catch the best wind they can. So the accumulator needs to be a very specific pressure. On the last part of the service for the turbines, we would run some tests. The test consisted in moving the turbine in 360 degrees, moving the blade, as I explained before, checking the crane on the top of the turbine. That is the crane that we used to get all the bags full of tools, because there's no way that we can climb with all those tools. Each bag is around 50 to 60 pounds. And after that, we would spend the rest of the day cleaning everything, because after changing the grease, changing oil, changing some filters, everything is full of oil. So we would spend probably around 4 hours cleaning with the sprays and rags until everything is shiny and clean. Another task that is not part of the routine, but when something gets broken on the top, sometimes they need to put the whole turbine apart, like in this case. A gearbox on the top got something broken. So you can see in the picture they are taking the 3 blades off of the turbine and they are moving it to the ground. What I am doing in this picture is that is me holding this rope, and there is another person holding another rope on the other blade. And that was just to get the load stable while the crane was moving everything down. Oh, and by the way, each blade is 50 meters long. So sometimes when you see it, it doesn't look that big, but when it is on the floor, you can really appreciate how big it is. About the courses that prepared me for the work, I would say that electrical machine was one of them, because basically the wind turbine is a generator, And in that course, we learned the basic theory about how generator works. Same with Applied Science 3, that gave me a background about how flux, flux and voltage is related. With the electrical measurements, we learned about the Y and delta connections. Indeed, in my code placement, I was able to see some real-life delta connection, Y connection. They don't look anything how I was imagined. So that was really interesting to see some connection in real life. Then computer system, because one of the tasks was to change some electronic cards inside some computers in the turbines. What was the work culture like? Well, I have to say that they were extremely friendly. They were very professional, very intelligent people. They were really welcoming since the first day. And I think the reason why they are so close and friendly is because there is a small group. There are only 5 persons working there. So they know each other since years ago. And in general, because this industry is kind of new, everybody knows everybody. They told me that in the whole country, there are only around 75 wind turbine technicians. So, yeah, so that is why they are so close. Problems related to the job. Well, because we are working in height, that is a risky job. And one of the risks were lightning. That happened more often than what I thought. We will receive lightning alerts every 2 weeks maybe. Even if there is not raining, there are some conditions that are proper for a lightning to occur. And when you are working upstairs, if a lightning hits the tower, it is easy to imagine how you can get hurt like that. Another problem was the heat in the summer, because that is basically an upside job. So if there was sun, we get sun. If there was raining, we would get rain over us. Yeah, inside the turbine, you can expect temperatures up to 40 degrees Celsius because it's made of metal and all the vapor accumulated inside. That was a very physical job. As I said before, the climbing of the tower was exhausting. Yeah, sometimes you have to work in very small spaces for prolonged hours. So you cannot always find an ergonomic position to do your job. Another problem was that it was located outside Winnipeg. So I have the option of driving every day for 3 hours or living there. I chose to drive every day, but my recommendation for future students is just get a place and rent a room closer to them because it can be exhausting. And finally, there is not washroom in the turbines. So basically, you need to be very disciplined with the amount of water you take, and you need to make sure you use the washroom before starting your day. If you really need to go, the only option is to climb down, take the truck, drive back to the shop. But that would take a lot of time, and that means you have to climb again, and nobody's happy doing that. The employer offered me a permanent employment. They didn't because there is a policy of Siemens to hire persons with a post-secondary degree or diploma, and I haven't finished mine yet. But they encouraged me strongly to apply for a job. They are planning to double the amount of wind turbines here in Canada in the next few years. So they are actually hiring a lot of people, even persons that have a diploma not related with electricity. And it is because they are short on personnel. Would you like to return to the company? Absolutely. Siemens is a very big company. There is a lot of chance for growing up. Yeah, and that was a very interesting job as well. And I think I can lead. If you start as a service technician, you can work for a few years doing that, and after that you can move to an engineering position. Recommendation for future students. I would say just apply for as many jobs as you can, as many good positions. And don't get disappointed if you don't get a job after the interview. Other than that, apply yourself and ask questions. Don't be afraid to break things, because in my case, during my first month, I was breaking a lot of stuff over there, and I was afraid all the time that people was going to get mad at me. But they were really supportive, and they told me that that is expected, that I am in training, so that I ended up learning a lot from every mistake I did. So this is the end of my presentation, and I will answer your questions if you have.
Did you have to drive every day, go over back?
Yeah, I was driving 1 hour and a half.
You had a
one
car?
way, an hour and a half
Wow.
coming back. So that was expensive and that was tiring. So I would recommend for future students to live there for the summer.
I see. Any other question, guys? Very good. Good job.
Thank you.